welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be showing you how to model a 3D logo in Blender. You can use this logo for your MLOs. You can use this logo for any other anything that you want. We are going to be focused on FiveM content and putting this MLO into our, not MLO, this logo into our server. But you can use basically utilize this tutorial for any 3D logo that you would like to create. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is bring in our, make sure we are in front orthographic view. You don't have to be fully in front orthographic, but just make sure your window is facing to the front. And all I'm doing is using my pressing down on my scroll wheel and pressing Alt, and it basically snaps me into the front orthographic view. But the reason why we need to be in this view is because we are going to import in an image of our logo. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I would prefer you do need to be in front orthographic view to bring in the logo, because if you don't, when you import in your logo, you don't want it to be viewed at the angle way up here. You'll know what I mean if you don't start in front orthographic view. So we're gonna go to front orthographic view by clicking down on your middle mouse button and pressing Alt at the same time to snap you into position, preferably into front orthographic view. Then you're gonna press Shift A and go down to image, and we're gonna choose reference. And wherever you have your image saved, that is where you are going to want to get it from. So actually I'm going to use the PNG version. So this is the logo that I'm going to be creating. Last time I showed you all how to create your Vinewood sign by importing in a specific font. Today I'm going to show you how to basically model the font instead of just typing it in. When you model the font, I would say, or your logo in general, you have more control over the amount of polygons that you want to bring in versus when you just type it in with the text. But you're more than welcome to use either. But since I've already done a video showing how to import in text, which in the Vinewood sign tutorial, I'm gonna do this one with modeling only. So I'm gonna model all of this and show you how to do it. Okay. All right. And you also, in the end, we're gonna actually apply the texture and import it into our server. You want to make sure you have your material or your logo in DDS format, or it will not work. This right here is in PNG because I'm just working in Blender, but when I actually apply the material, it is in DDS format. If you are new here, welcome. If you enjoy this kind of content, please subscribe for more content like this. If you all have any suggestions, please join the Discord and put them in the Discord suggestions channel so that I can keep track of it. All right, let's get started. No more talking. Well, I will be talking, but let's get started. So basically I'm going to build all of this with cubes. I think that's the easiest way to do this. So I'm going to press Shift A and I'm going to bring in a cube. And I'm gonna scale this cube down. I'm not gonna build this portion with the cube, obviously. So I'm basically just going to let me look at it. I'm gonna block it, and then I will go back. Actually, let me put it in X-ray, and then let's do that so we can see through it. You might want to rotate it, but we're not going to. I'm just going to position this and then I'll end up beveling the edge to get it to where I want it to be. My goal is to have it take up all of the space as much as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we do want it to take the space. I'm just going to move it up here. You can just follow along. Should I get this? No, I don't want to do that. What do I want to do? I'm going to end up cutting this so that I can move this part over. So Control R, and we are just going to cut it right here, and then we're going to extrude this over. We're going to go all the way. We'll fix everything later. And then we need another cut here. And then we're going to grab this and we're going to extrude. I'm extruding. When you see me moving like this, I am extruding. Let's go all the way to about half, right there. And then we need another cut to be like here. And then we're going to extrude. We're going to end up altering this stuff, altering a lot of this in anyway, but I just I'm basically blocking out the design first, and then I'll go back and edit to make it actually the shape of everything. I need this one to be here so that we can bring this one down. I'm just adding cuts, and then I am moving it backwards. Not moving it backwards. I'm adding cuts and I am extruding. This probably looks weird to you because of how I'm doing it. And because I'm just right here in, what do you call this? Front orthographic view. So it's kind of difficult to even picture what's happening. But it will all come together. That is our last piece. So if we get out of front orthographic view, turn off X-ray mode, that is what we've created. It doesn't look like much. All right, well, let's keep going. If I am moving too fast, just, pause the video, go, whatever you need to do to, let me turn on edge select, because that's what I want, is that edge. Whatever you need to do to follow along. And I'm going to basically press Control B to bevel. I'm going to I want it to be like, because when I place the logo on it, I need it to move like I need it to move. I'm in X-ray mode, so all I did was box select this edge. It is selected because I'm in X-ray mode. You may not be able to see it, but it's selected. And then I want to press G and X, and we're basically just gonna move this over to like there. I'm gonna do the same thing for this edge. Control B to bevel about there, and then I want to select this edge, G and X, and then G and Z. Move that same edge down because it is not straight. And we're gonna get this one too. And actually, I'm gonna turn on vertex select mode so you guys can see more clearly what it is that I'm doing. Yeah, we're gonna try and keep this as straight, this line straight as possible, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, this is how much we've gotten so far. Okay, so the next edge that I want to do is, I want to take these vertices and move them in to here. That's fine. This one, however, can come down, and so can this one. And now we can I bevel this without being in? Yes, perfect. So about right there. And you can't really see this because it's behind the A, but what we are going to do is bevel it anyway, because somebody will be able to see it, right? And if we look at the font, oh, I'll show it in the end. I don't want to show it right now. If we look at the font, I'm not gonna worry about looking at them. You can go back and look at the font to get it to be more precise, but because this A is in front, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Let's grab this one, Control B, about right there, and then let's just move this over. Control Z. Actually, let's move both of these over. G and X. And then let's move this one over, G and X. We need to move this one, G and X. Boom. Let's bevel this one. Let's do it right there. Then get this and GX. Bring it back over because it's not gonna go all the way. This can go over some more. We still want to keep our lines pretty much straight. This needs to come down, I would say. Let's bring these two down. Sorry, I'm not talking into the mic. Let's bring these two down. And then let's bring these two. Wait, hold up. Maybe we'll bring this whole edge loop down, G and Z. Boom. And I feel like I want to rotate it. Yeah, like that. So we have more of an angle, G and Z. Boom, like that. This is behind. It's going to go straight down. And the last thing we want to do is bevel this one. I don't know if it's actually beveled, but we're going to bevel it. And then let's just move this up a little bit so that when we apply the texture, it looks like it's supposed to look. Now turn off X-ray and go back into object mode, and you have your letter model. Your letter S is model. And this is going to be behind the A, so we won't see this portion very much. But again, I'm not looking at the font. I don't know what based off of this image, I can't see what the font actually looks like, or what this S looks like in its entirety. So we are only modeling, you know, from our imagination, the part that we cannot see. Okay, so we're gonna add another cube. What I want to say, add another cube. And I'm actually going to add that cube in edit mode. So I was in object mode. I'm not going to add it in object mode. I'm just going to keep it a part of the same object. So I'm going to go into edit mode, Shift A, and then cube. Go into front orthographic, turn on X-ray, S to scale. And we are going to begin to do our A. Scale it down. I'm going to turn on face select, and I'm going to hide. How do I say it? Turn off X-ray for a second so I can select this. I'm going to press H to hide the S. And if you press Alt H, it'll bring it back. But right now, we're just going to hide it. Go back into X-ray mode, and we will on the object. OMG, because I'm in X-ray mode, it makes it so difficult to select what I'm trying to select. So I'm gonna go out of X-ray mode and then press L to link and select everything. Select the whole cube. Now go back into X-ray mode, and we're gonna scale it down to fit. That's probably good enough. And then to do is I'm going to turn on vertex select, and I'm going to pull this over to be like here. And then we're going to add a loop cut and put it here. And then we're going to grab these two, extrude all the way to here. That looks like it lines up right there. And then we're going to put a loop here. Can't really see it very much, so I'm going to do it like here. And then I'm going to extrude these down to here. Yeah, that works. And then we're going to add a cut here and a cut here so that we can grab these and extrude all the way to here. Then we need another cut. It's kind of like now you have to decide where you want to cut, but we are going to cut it. We're going to cut it here, right here, and then we're going to grab these, extrude this down to about here. And then I'm going to go and edge select these edges. Actually, hold on. Actually, go into face select. I don't know if you can merge faces. Okay, that wouldn't be by distance. No. I'm trying to decide what would be the best way to do this. Get out of X-ray mode. Because I don't want to have extra faces. I'm gonna delete the faces, and then I'm gonna go back into edge select mode, and I'm gonna select these two edges and press F. Okay, that is not what I want to do. Control Z. That's what I wanted to do. And then take this, get this edge, press F, and then F, and boom. All right. Not quite. Hold on. Because we still need this to be open right here. So let's cut here. So now we can go into face select, turn off X-ray. We can get this and delete. And also get this one, X, delete, go into edge select mode, grab this edge and this edge and press F to fill, and then do the same thing for the actually just grab this edge and press F, F, and F, and it fills it in. All right, now go back into X-ray mode. All right, now let's begin. Go into vertex select to shape our corners by beveling. And then just, you know, G to, it kind of comes over us slightly. And get that one about right there. Let's I want to bevel it because it's like all the corners seem to have some kind of bevel. I don't know how much of a bevel. I like that though. Oh, that one, no. We're not going to add that. We're just going to let the image, this like triangle here, we're going to let the logo image do that work for us. Control B for this corner. And then we're just going to do G and Z to bring it down, and then G and X to bring it over. And then this one, Control B. Yep. What I want to do, let me G and X, move this over. And then maybe This is given, like, just from the photo, the logo, I feel like I want to move this up. Yeah. And this is actually white. We could have kept this filled in, but you know, I want to add make it feel like it's fully three-dimensional. And so this is what we have so far. Okay. So we're doing it slowly but surely. The reason why I prefer to do my logos this way is because you have much more control over the polygon count. And if you have too many polygons, it can really be heavy on the performance of your, you know, on your PC. So it won't be like necessarily the best optimized for your server in general. So that's why I like to model them. You can definitely just import in the text and do it, but it adds so many polygons. Like, it may not matter, but with having so many, I know a lot of servers have so many resources. So if you can save on the resources by just modeling it yourself, why not just model it yourself? Okay, let's keep going. Go back into edit mode. I'm going to hide the A. Now I'm going to press L and then press H to hide the A. And then we're going to add another cube by pressing Shift and A. Cube. Go into X-ray mode. Scale it. This one is more rotated, as you can see. I'm going to scale it down some more, maybe about right there. And we are going to rotate it. We are in front orthographic view, so just keep that in mind. Gonna put this, that looks straight, almost straight, in line, in alignment. Okay, that is okay. So a lot of this blackness here is this the planet or moon or whatever this is in the back. That's why this is black back here. I am going to go into vertex select and select these two vertices, and I'm going to press G and that's not what I want. I'm trying to see. That's not it either. Well, I'm not going to do it on the axis. I'm just going to bring it down. And for this one, I'm going to do this one a little different. I'm going to bring it down, obviously, to about there. All I did was press G and I didn't snap it to an axis. I just brought it down. Then I'm going to bring this one down. Press, like, select it. Press G to move it down. And then select both of these. Well, actually, let me get this one. Well, that edge is beveled, so I'm not going to worry about that. But what I want is to bring these down to about here. And what I'm gonna do, turn off, press A to select all, and I'm just gonna shift D to duplicate it, and I'm just gonna like move it over, and then I'm gonna rotate it on the Z axis. So press R and then Z and then 180. Boom. And then I'm going to press G and X to move this over to about there, right? Then I'm going to grab this one here and I'm going to press control B to bevel. And just be careful because I want that to stay there, but I want this one to go. Please don't model on the edge. I'm just going to freely move this side over. And I'm going to do this one, control B, about right there. And then I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to freely just move this over here. I think I do want to bevel these edges. I can't really see what the shape of this V is. And I guess well, it's three-dimensional, so this can be left up to you. I don't know what the font actually looks like because I'm not using the font type. I'm just modeling it, but I am gonna bevel it. Just because. And then I'll move this up to about there. And then I'm gonna move this to like right there. And then maybe move both up on the z-axis. Move this one over on the x-axis. Just grab these two and I'm gonna move these back down on the z. And then move this one over because we want that black portion to show up like as a border. G and X like that. And then should we bevel this side since we beveled the other side? Sure. So like that. There's our V. Boom. All right, so we're 26 minutes into the video. I'm just gonna go on and model the rest and probably speed up the video so that we don't have to sit here for an hour just modeling. I think you understand how to do it. You can follow along, so on and so forth. But I think you understand now. I've modeled 3 of the letters and we're just gonna keep going. I'll come back and be in real time when I get to this graphic back here of the planet. Okay. All right. All right, so while I continue to model, I just want to talk to you all a little bit about some of the things that I have going on. If you're new here, you probably don't know, but I actually teach how to make MLOs. I have a complete course that is over 13 hours of video lessons that walks through in detail from beginner to intermediate to advanced on how to create high quality MLOs. So as a result of taking the course, you will learn to build big, small, and multi-room, multi-level MLOs with ease. I'm interested in helping those who want to finally bring to life the MLOs they've been dreaming of. The course has over 13 hours of video lessons with more content still being added based off of what my students request or want to know. If I know it, I'll teach it to you. Just about here's a few things about what else is included in the course. The course covers how to create furniture for your MLO, such as beds, desks, tables, bottles, cosmetic products, sofas. How to create proper stairs that you don't have trouble walking up, like the ones where you might fall up. We're not doing that. We're gonna create the stairs the right way. The course covers how to add in-game and custom props to your MLO, how to create custom lights, how to add in-game lights, how to make custom doors. If you are interested in registering for the Ultimate MLO course, check the description box below for the direct link to the online campus, or you can join the Discord if you have questions. Open a ticket to ask your questions and I'll answer you as soon as I can. And I also have another course that is more recent called the Bridges, Islands, and Terrains course. As a result of taking the course, you will learn how to edit and make your terrains, your own terrains. The course is designed to meet you wherever you are, no matter what level you're on. I'm interested in helping those who are interested in making map extensions such as bridges, islands, and custom neighborhoods. We are currently in the middle of modeling our own map extension that includes an airport, it has its own little city, and it has its own neighborhood. So if you're interested and would like to learn how to do that, check the description box for the direct link. Or open a ticket, join the Discord and open the ticket. If you have questions, I'll be happy to assist you. All right, back to modeling. All right, right here, I'm just going to basically snap this face to this face so that it connects seamlessly. So I'm going to turn on snapping right here. I have it set to face select. I selected this face, and then I'm gonna snap it to the face, and then I'm basically just gonna hover over this face right here. I'm gonna press G and X so it snaps seamlessly, so that when we bring it up, can't really tell the difference, if that makes sense, especially when we add the material. All right, we have one more letter to do. Okay, so let me talk through this one. I was gonna just speed through it, but I'm gonna talk through this one so that you understand how I am doing this one. This one's a little different. So I'm gonna basically block this in front orthographic, and I'm not gonna rotate it. I'm gonna block it as if this E is not rotated to the side, and in the end I'm gonna rotate it. So it's gonna look a little weird at first, but I'm going to block it just like this, straight up and down vertically, and then I'll rotate it at the end. So I'm going to add a loop cut so that we can basically cut here. I'm going to add another loop cut so we can have it here. Hopefully this makes sense. And then basically I'm just going to extrude this down to about here. We'll line everything up in the end. And then I'm going to extrude this one down also. Maybe a little bit more to about there. I'm going to add a loop cut. The reason I'm able to do this is because I can basically visualize what I need. And the more you do this, the more you will also be able to visualize, turn off snapping, visualize what it is that you need in order to create what you want. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to go on and move this down because I need to don't do it yet. Control Z. Don't move it down yet. I'm going and make a cut here because this needs to be different. Okay, so I'm going to start from the top and then I'm going to work my way down to the bottom. I haven't combined these edges here. Well, actually, let me just add a loop cut. It's going to go through. I need a vertical loop cut. I mean a horizontal loop cut. I'll put it about here. And I'll leave that for now, and I'll worry about this bit a little later. What I'm gonna do is go on and bevel this edge. I'll bevel this one. I'm not gonna worry about placement just yet. I'm also gonna bevel this one and this one. I'm going to bevel all the edges that I want to bevel. Okay, and that should be about right. I need to extrude this right here. That's what it was. So for a minute, I could not visualize what I needed. But we're going to extrude this out, and in the end, we'll end up snapping this. Actually, let's just snap it now. Turn off X-ray, then go G and X, boom. Now go back to front orthographic, turn X-ray back on, and what we're gonna do is go on and rotate. Well, A to select all, and then we're gonna rotate this, and then begin to position all the corners and everything where they need to be. Try to keep everything straight as possible. Try to keep your lines straight. G and X. Try not to make your lines crooked or just bad. And this. You can move them freely, but just try to get them lined up pretty well. This can go like here. Let's move it on the X. And then we're gonna move this on the X back out. About right there. Move this in. And there's a cut here. I need this right here to go over on the X to about here. And then we're going to take this up here. Be about there. Maybe not that far. G and Z. I feel like this corner here is not. There we go. And this one too is like crooked or something. Turn off snapping. Okay, now we need this edge here. I'm gonna rotate this edge to about there, and then I'm gonna move it on the x-axis to be like here. And then I'm gonna move this like that, and then we're gonna move this like that, and then move this down some along with these two. Move it on down. I just want to make sure when I apply the texture, everything is okay. Doesn't look weird. Okay, that should be okay. Maybe this in a little. It's definitely more down here for sure. Okay, I think that's okay. Alt H. Definitely pressed the wrong button. All right, so our letters are complete. The next thing we are going to do is model our planet. All right. Make sure you are saving your project, because I made the mistake the other day while I was working on the course for my students, the MLO course, and did not save. And I recorded everything, but I ended up having to go back and redo a lot of stuff. So just make sure you create somewhere a save spot for your items for your project. All right, so for the planet portion, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm not going to do a whole lot of nothing. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. What I will do is same as before. Hide this. And I am going to create this. I know for sure that we're going to use a cylinder. We're going to rotate this cylinder on the x-axis 90 degrees. Then press enter. Let's go in x-ray mode. Front orthographic. Going to scale it down. And then we're going to place it. Scale it back up because it's a little bit bigger. Press G to move it around. I do want to scale this down on the y-axis. It does not need to be that. Alt H, and I'm actually going to scale it down to match our letters. Turn off X-ray for a moment. And then let me just scale on the y-axis to make it so that it is pretty much the same as the letters. Actually, I'm gonna make it go in just a little bit, so it'll be more so like that. Yeah. Okay. So now let's think that. Let's hide everything else and continue to model our planet. Next thing I think we need another cylinder. I don't know how this is gonna come out, so bear with me for a minute. Rotate it on the X90. I don't know what I just typed in. Hold on. Rotate on X 90 degrees. We're gonna scale it down. Scale it on the X. Okay, that looks like it. The image itself is going to create the, what do you want to call it? Scale on the X. You press X 2 times. I'm gonna show you. If you press X, okay, that's not really doing what I needed to do. Scale on the X. I mean, I guess that works. It's not what I was trying to do. That time I didn't scale on the X. The first time I scaled on the X like that, which makes it more thin. And I'm going to scale it down on the Z too. Then I'm going to rotate it. Go into X-ray mode. I'm actually scale it down because we don't want it to be that big. Scale it on the X. Then scale it down. Actually go back to about right there, and I'm going to scale it on the Z to make it like skinny. Rotate it, and I'll place it about there, and then I need to scale it on the Y to make it thin, to be like that. And that might be it, y'all. Enough X-ray. Go back into object mode. That is most certainly it. I might do one thing for the planet, which is just to make these edges less sharp. Yeah, let's do that. Go into edge select. I'm gonna select this. I'm just gonna bevel. Hold on. Let me select these two. Right? I just pressed Shift and Alt to select these both at the same time. And I'm just going to Control B to bevel. We'll just do one. I won't add any extra. And I'll do the same thing for this one. Hold down Alt to select, or you can just select the face. Go into face select, but I'm doing Shift Alt to select the other one. And then I'm going to Control B to bevel. Just to give it a little, you know, extra. Just a little bit. And then we're not done because I want to position the letter. Well, because I model everything individually, I want to position the letters how so if we go into X-ray mode, this S is what, like, you know how the S is here and the A is there, because I modeled them individually. It should be fine. we'll leave it like this for now, and then while we are texturing, we will see what happens. All right, so this is gonna be a two-part video because I don't want to make the video too long. Oh, there's one thing we didn't model. We're gonna model this really quickly, but I want to say that I don't want to make it too long. If you know what to do next as far as like adding your own materials, by all means have at it. Have fun. But I will be making a part 2 to add materials. I'm going to go on and model this last little bit over here, and I'm going to do it in like fast forward and tell you guys about the courses that I have available and the courses that are coming up. Okay, if you have any questions, please join the Discord. Do not be afraid to ask questions. I didn't realize this. I know this E was off some kind of way. I'm gonna fix this E to make sure this is lined up here. What I want to say, thank you for being here, and if you found this helpful, please leave a like, join the Discord, and share this video with someone who you think it could also help. All right, I'm gonna tidy up. I'm gonna finish modeling this little star over here, and then I'm gonna go back and tidy up some things that are missing. All right. All right, so while I continue to model, I just want to talk to you all a little bit about some of the things that I have going on. If you're new here, you probably don't know, but I actually teach how to make MLOs. I have a complete course that is over 13 hours of video lessons that walks through in detail from beginner to intermediate to advanced on how to create high quality MLOs. So as a result of taking the course, you will learn to build big, small, and multi-room, multi-level MLOs with ease. I'm interested in helping those who want to finally bring to life the MLOs they've been dreaming of. The course has over 13 hours of video lessons, with more content still being added based off of what my students request or want to know. If I know it, I'll teach it to you. Just about here's a few things about what else is included in the course. The course covers how to create furniture for your MLO, such as beds, desks, tables, bottles, cosmetic products, sofas. How to create proper stairs that you don't have trouble walking up, like the ones where you might fall up. We're not doing that. We're gonna create the stairs the right way. The course covers how to add in-game and custom props to your MLO, how to create custom lights, how to add in-game lights, how to make custom doors. If you are interested in registering for the Ultimate MLO course, check the description box below for the direct link to the online campus, or you can join the Discord if you have questions. Open a ticket to ask your questions, and I will answer you as soon as I can. And I also have another course that is more recent called the Bridges, Islands, and Terrains course. As a result of taking the course, you will learn how to edit and make your terrains, your own terrains. The course is designed to meet you wherever you are, no matter what level you're on. I'm interested in helping those who are interested in making map extensions such as bridges, islands, and custom neighborhoods. We are currently in the middle of modeling our own map extension that includes an airport, it has its own little city, and it has its own neighborhood. So if you're interested and would like to learn how to do that, check the description box for the direct link. Or open a ticket, join the Discord and open the ticket. If you have questions, I'll be happy to assist you. All right, back to modeling. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Once we get this texture, I'm going to move on into also showing you all how to get this to be animated also. So this is a little series that we're doing to create the logo and then to texture our logo, and then we're gonna test it out in the server, and then after that we're going to animate it so that, you know, I know a lot of you want to know, have been asking me how to do animated props and animated, you know, animations for your Vinewood sign. That is coming up in this series, so just stay tuned. If you are excited to see that, make sure you subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye.